status of Matthias Samuelsson?
Matthias is hour to hour, day to day. I mean, he could potentially still. We can't rule him out for tonight, but it's day to day. So if he's not in there tonight.
Was it from when he took that shot from Matthews? When he brought
You got pretty good eyes, I guess, but yeah, it's lower body.
Correct and goal tonight?
That is not. I'm not going to announce that yet till I have a conversation. So.
What have your conversations been like with Owen heading into his home debut?
Simple, and I don't mean telling him simple. That we're just, he's included in our meetings. He's immersed like he's every other player on our team. So, when we talk about a pre-scout, we're speaking to him as if he's been here the whole year. He's got a really good foundation and base under him. I've been benefited by watching him, evolve as a player over the last 5 years. So I know he's, he can hop right in with us and jump in meetings and internalize what we're saying and how we want to play. And so he's just integrating like he's integrated. We're treating him as we would anyone else.
Don, how do you feel that Darlene handled playing us offside the other night?
Good. I mean, the guys are they're asking for it. They want to, try over there. Bryson earlier, Darlene, Samuelsson, that's a real indicator that everything to these guys is an opportunity to become better. And it's a whole mindset that we're trying to get into our culture, and I should say we've got it into our culture. These guys see everything as an opportunity. So shifting over to the offside D is not a negative. It's like, wow, this is what can I learn coming over here? How can this help my game become better? And what are things I become aware of that I might not have picked up on the strong side? So that's been the attitude with all of these guys. And Darlene was really good over there the other night.
You just talked about Matthews at the USA program and what the teammates were like. The numbers were a little different for Tage, obviously. What signs did you see from him that you thought?
Yeah, Tage. I mean, that 97 birth year was the birth year that Austin Matthews was born in, and Kachuk and McAvoy and Werenski and obviously Tage Thompson and Troy Terry. I mean, we had prolific talent, and you can see where guys are further along the development path, but you can also see when you're with them every day that this guy is equally as talented as that guy. He's just further along in development. And that was easy to see with Tage. That some other players were further along in their development, but as far as pure athleticism, talent, ability, drive, intelligence, you could see that Tage had all of those intangibles. The skill level was just advancing and going to advance progressively, and we're all witnessing that here with the Sabres, and it's fun to see. The ceiling is so, it's so high for him still.
Look back, like even throughout the history of the game, there isn't that package of size and goal scoring, I don't think ever. Is there anyone he reminds you of, or how unique is that?
That is, yeah, I mean, it's unique. I mean, the greatest players of all times, there's one guy that was close to that big, and that was Mario Lemieux, and he was special, dominant. But yeah, there's not been many big players with skill, and he certainly has skill.
Will you skip Cody Eakin? Is he still not ready?
He is going to be probably a game time decision, Paul. There'll be too many moving parts to announce a lineup this morning, so that's the reason. But he's right there. Obviously, you saw him back on the ice. He looked much better today than he did a couple days ago.
I know it wasn't empty net goal, but Rasmus's effort on his goal the other night. What does that just tell you about the way?
Yeah, he's a relentless, competitive player, and it was great to see him get that. It was all of what I just said. He competed hard. He battled hard. He outworked, obviously, the Toronto player to break that play up, and then finds the back of the net to seal the game for us. as a coach, when you know the guys put that effort in, it's nice to see him get rewarded, as I've said many times, and that was the first feeling for me. I'm watching it 15 feet away from the bench, him battle and win a battle, and then seal a game for us. And the first feeling is, this guy's earned it. He deserves this, and it's great. And I was happy to even put him on the ice at that point. We need a shutdown mentality, and if you have it, you're gonna have a scoring chance. If you work to shut a team down, it's got to press like they had to at that point. And I was excited just throwing him on the ice because he earned that. A lot of times you get in that late game situation, and as a coach, you're just saying, okay, I'll mix the lines up and just find the guys on this bench that have earned it the most, earned the right to play in this situation, which is be ultra competitive, be ready to block shots, kill plays, and then you might have a chance to put it in an empty net. And he did all of that.
What are the biggest problems the Blues present to you?
They've got 6 or 7 20-goal scorers, so they have scoring depth. They're big, physical. I mean, their average size is probably one of the top in the league, and they like to play that and use that card. Obviously, they won a Stanley Cup 3 years ago, so they have that poise, confidence, experience of going through that. So they're just another really, really good hockey team within the league, and really they're different. They're a heavier team, more like Washington plays. And we've played a lot of good hockey teams in the last month and a half, and I think our guys are excited for a new challenge and a new good hockey team. But at the end of the day, it's our ability to get to our game, and that usually coincides with your energy, your emotional energy, your physical energy. We had yesterday off. We had maybe a couple more minutes to a pregame skate today to make sure we have some good pop tonight, and we would love to be able to establish the pace of the game against them. We'd love to have them play the game at our pace, and that's the objective, and I'm sure their objective is to hit their key strengths as well.
Earlier this season, you had some trouble with heavy teams. Do you feel you've improved in that area?
We've only had trouble with heavy teams, not because they're heavy, because we just didn't get to our game. When you think of even the last two games we played the Islanders in here at the end of last year, that was the main objective. Let's play with pace. Let's make them play at a pace game rather than being in the physical battle game. And that was the weekend that Adam Hauser had won both games. And so it's always it's when you hop on that ice, you have two opposing forces, and it's usually who can get the game to be played on their terms. And for us, it's pace. And and that a lot of times, the old school, you hear coaches say it all the time, get pucks deep. We talk about just get pucks where you can pressure them, where we can, put it behind a D isn't good enough. You have to put it to somebody going with speed. And when we can do things like that, we can elevate the pace of a game, and that typically favors us. I mean, that's the way we want to play it, and that's no different tonight.
Power play on the same line, and will he get the same amount of playing time as he did last game?
Yeah, I mean, he could get more playing time. I mean, he had just under 20 minutes, I think, last game. But we'll gauge in game and see how it goes, as we do with all guys. We believe in all our guys. That some days they have a little more energy and their performance is a little different, so we have to gauge that in game. And those that are going and have it, we tend to, we're inclined to give him a little bit more ice time. But he to me, could go in and get much more than 19 minutes or 20 minutes. We'll just have to gauge it and see how it goes. Okay. Yep, have a good day.